Wow, how are you? What a day it has been. Let's take a deep breath and talk about all things Agnetha. Her new song, her new album, all the new photographs, as well as Agnetha's interview and special letter to us. Let's dive into everything surrounding Agnetha's new project. Hey. So, I told you before to maybe expect the unexpected. Agnetha's new song, Where Do We Go From Here, is out now. And what a surprise is that! This is certainly no ballad, no introspective singer-songwriter song, nothing spiritual in a musical sense. This is completely upbeat, fast-driven from start to finish, spring and summertime vibes. And hey, it is the summer of Barbie, after all.
Hi, Barbie!
Hi, Barbie!
Hi, Barbie!
When I listened to this song for the first time, I was baffled but stunned. And then I listened to it for a second time and it totally clicked. Ever since then, the track is completely stuck in my head. I love this song, it's pure fun and so incredibly done. What an earworm. And what a unique song in Agnetha's solo career. The music is intriguingly intricate, very melodic, and we have some extremely fast singing with many words. Agnetha's voice is fascinating during the verses and very high on the chorus, with some of her trademark double tracking and self. Some of the lyrics are, what if you could be the one that I remember when I'm old and grey and looking back at life. I thought I carried a heart made of steel, but you cracked it open, yeah, you broke the seal. So kiss me again now and promise we'll last, 'cause I'm tired of waiting, I'm done with the past. On the BBC website, the song is described as bright, catchy and melodically complex, a song that required the star to reach notes she hadn't hit for years. For me personally, the nature of this song, just the nature, some remote elements, reminded me of 3 Agnetha tracks from the past. For me, it's kind of a mixture of It's So Nice to Be Rich, Click Track and Back on Your Radio. It has the differentness and contemporary nature of It's So Nice to Be Rich, the fast-driven singing of Click Track and the super modern sound of Back on Your Radio. Yet at the same time, as I said, this is not like any of those tracks per se, because it is so unique. Gabriela had a very nice comment recently in my comment section, and she wrote, ABBA had songs for every possible mood. This is my second point. I don't think we've ever had quite a song like that from Agnetha Fältskog. She continues to explore new genre and above all, delivers an incredible style of singing. And this song even brings back to us my friend Sam. You may remember him from our in-depth ABBA Voyage series. He says, you can hear Agnetha's age during the verses, which is a very good thing. For me personally, the song is slightly overproduced, especially during the chorus. But generally speaking, the production is really well done. And it was produced, of course, by Agnetha's old collaborator and songwriter from her most recent album, A, Jörgen Elofsson. The song is a brand new recording, and this is the first time in over 50 years that Agnetha continues to work with the same producer on her solo projects. The last time was in 1970 and 1971 when Björn Ulvaeus produced her 3rd and 4th solo album. On the BBC website, they write that Elofsson's production does the unthinkable, filtering her voice through vocoders and autotune and a myriad of contemporary digital effects. He says, we've been very careful with those kinds of things. We wanted to treat her vocal like they are holy, so when we use those things, it's more for effect. I remember the first time I had her in the studio and she started doubling her voice, recording a second vocal track to add depth. I started crying because, this is ABBA. I was a child again, listening to the radio in the kitchen. And one thing is clear, they write, the manipulated vocals would never have appeared without Agnetha's seal of approval. I'm very proud, she smiles in agreement. I've listened to it so much that I can't remember what the original sounds like. Where Do We Go From Here will be the opening track of Agnetha's upcoming album A+. This is an intriguing project. All 10 tracks from her latest solo album from 10 years ago have been radically overhauled to create sleek, radio-friendly pop anthems. The disco pop vibe persists throughout the reimagined album, which floats along on an echoey, nostalgic haze. So this is what we get. They created completely new arrangements from scratch for every single track, and recorded new backing tracks using Agnetha's original vocal recordings from A. This procedure is quite special and unusual, and something that hasn't happened before within ABBA's legacy and their solo works, certainly not to that extent. The only thing that came to my mind was in fact ABBA's very own Just a Notion from their Voyage album. The inception of this new project A+, came from Agnetha herself. I heard one of the old songs on the radio and I started to think what would happen if you would do another version of the album. Not because you don't like the original, but because it has been 10 years and what can you do with it? I personally have been told that they worked on this new version for 2 years. I was also made aware of the fact that this new version of A is like a completely new album. For example, Back on Your Radio was completely stripped back and is reported to sound like a dreamy synth track with reggae vibes. As we can see, the sequence of songs will be different too, but some tracks on side B remain on their original spot. Keep an eye out on this channel. We will be getting exclusive insights into the creation and making of this new project. A+ is available in different configurations with some exclusive bundles on the official Agnetha store. One of them even includes the new song on an exclusive CD single. The picture disc shows an animated version of Agnetha. Maybe we will learn more about that very soon. Let's now bring together all the new photographs from Agnetha. This was the first one we received earlier this week, and it is the only photo so far in color. We have 3 more brand new pictures of Agnetha, all in black and white. One is used on her social media profiles, and 2 further ones are part of the album and single artwork. I love the conscious creative decisions here. The album's photograph is kind of a remake of a scene from 10 years ago when Agnetha was sitting in front of a mirror in the music video for When You Really Loved Someone. So this is not a plastic water bottle, but some makeup thing to cleanse your skin. The single artwork reminded me of her 2004 singles for My Coloring Book. I love all these interconnections, and it's all classic and elegant. In the very same vein, Agnetha even sent us a special letter telling us about the project. This I love so much. It's the traditional, old-fashioned way. I mean that positively. It's like a love letter to her friends and fans. And finally, we even got to hear Agnetha talk in English this morning on BBC Radio 2, the Zoe Ball breakfast show. This conversation was very emotional, especially towards the end. Zoe Ball played a snippet of her interview with Frida to Agnetha, where Frida talked about Agnetha as her little sister. Agnetha's reaction was so moving. Oh, my dear friend. Yeah, we have been going through a lot in our lives, and the time with ABBA was 10-12 years that we traveled together, we did everything together. I would like to take the opportunity to send my greetings to the other 3, and I want to thank all wonderful fans who has been with us during all years, and for all fantastic people who has told us which impact our music has had in their lives, both in sorrow and happiness. It really warms my heart. This even left Zoe Ball speechless for a brief moment. I must say, she did a wonderful job talking to Agnetha Fältskog. She even asked about that possible ABBA reunion next year, when it will be 50 years since Eurovision, and when the contest happens to be in Sweden again. Any plans to do anything? Agnetha said, "You never know anything about ABBA, and when we're well, I don't say anything about that. We'll rather be quiet." Another part made me quite emotional when Zoe asked her this. "You wrote your first song when you were 6 years old. What do you think that little girl would think if she could see the success, the influence that you would go on to have in your incredible career?" Agnetha said, "I had no idea. At that time, I just felt that I had so much music in me. Music has been my life." Zoe Ball also asked Agnetha what her grandchildren think of her career and music. She said that some of them were with her during the Voyage premiere and they cried. "Oh, Grandma, we had no idea what you were doing." These are just some of the highlights of an incredible conversation. You can listen to the entire 15-minute interview online. And now, please let me know all your thoughts you have. Your thoughts on Agnetha's new recording, where do we go from here? Your thoughts on A+, the interview, photos, and Agnetha's letter. Thank you for watching and keep an eye out on the channel. Alright, until then, Hedo!